Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This very sad story that has broken a lot of people down worldwide is still ongoing at the moment, as the late Prophet TB Joshua's death shocked a lot of people, not just in Nigeria but internationally as well. Right now his wife is out to say exactly what happened and how he died. His wife, who is called Evelyn Joshua, that is the wife of Temitope Balogun Joshua, popularly known as Prophet TB Joshua, has disclosed the incident leading up to his death. And speaking with some selected journalists yesterday on Sunday, 6th June 2021, she said that her husband, the founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations, ended his race prayerfully. She revealed the televangelist spent about 3 hours in prayers before the last service on the mountain and appeared to be very healthy. She said he never showed any sign of illness or worry, and that his main concern was about the prayer line they offered to Indians against the COVID-19 pandemic. She also said that he came up to shower and she left him. These were her exact words. Afterwards, he came down to shower and I left him to have some time to prepare for service as worship had started. Few minutes later, he stepped out for the ministration. While ministering, he spoke about a time to come and a time to leave. His statements were spiritual, and suddenly he left the stage and went to his inner chambers. I waited a few minutes and thereafter decided to check on him. I met him sitting on the chair like someone reflecting but unconscious. I quickly beckoned on his disciples, who came and tried to revive him, to no avail. Of a truth, he went home to be with the Lord and left us with a message: watch and pray. On Sunday, June 6th, 2021, Evelyn mourned her husband on Twitter, writing, "Losing a loved one is never easy, whether sudden or unforeseen. It is always heartbreaking. Grief can wreak havoc on our overall well-being. That's why it's important to stay rooted to the Almighty. Only He can lessen our heartache and comfort us in these times. Seek refuge in Him." These were the words coming directly from Prophet TB Joshua's wife. Friends, isn't this very, very painful? So you can imagine how death knows no boundary, it knows no bounds, it knows nobody. Hearing from the wife, it's obvious that he was very healthy and strong. And from what was gathered is that he knew he was going, because after he ministered, even while he was ministering, after he said those words, the service was still on, but he just left the stage. And while that happened, his wife waited and she didn't see her husband. She just felt, okay, let her go and find out what is happening, because the service was still on and it's in the middle of the service that he just stepped out. On going into his chamber, he was sitting down in the chair and unconscious. So what would have led to that? Or probably, who knows, maybe God has spoken to him that this is the time for you to leave, and he already knew, and that's why he made these last words before he died. He passed this last message across to the congregation before he actually passed away. It's very painful for the wife who even witnessed her husband dying, and also for all the disciples who were there, because I'm sure definitely they will go in there to either start praying for him and to know if there's anything wrong, because a healthy man was just standing and ministering, and all of a sudden the man is gone. Alright, look at how Pastor Adeboye just lost his son, who after ministering now went to sleep and never woke up. So it's like this powerful men of God, probably God is calling them and saying it's over for them to come up and be with him up there. Who knows? Because from all indication, with the way Prophet TB Joshua's death happened, it seemed like it was something he had already foreseen. He saw ahead, and that was why after he said that particular message, he just walked into his chambers while the service was still on, and it has left a lot of people in shock. Like I said, even people all over the world. And you know, he's from Ondo State, and yes, the Ondo State governor had to share his own pain, his own grief, and expressed it so well, because this man, we all know that he is a great giver. He is a philanthropist. If you see how crowd usually come into the headquarters at Synagogue Church in Ikotin, Lagos, you will be so shocked seeing the number of people. Some people spend the night there. They have places for people to even sleep. They have places for people where he even give people shelter and all of that. A lot of Nigerians, even outside the world, have benefited from Pastor TB Joshua's act of kindness. You know, he's very practical. He's a very practical pastor. He's one of the biggest practical pastors in Nigeria, if you should ask. A lot of people can testify to that. You may not have gained anything directly from him, but though, looking and seeing how a lot of people have gained a lot from him. Some people have started big businesses. Some people have gotten homes of their own, all from TB Joshua. You see how he gives every time. He gives food, he gives medical treatment. What is he not doing? All around the world, he has been doing that. And you see how Ondo State governor had gushed out regarding his act of giving, that there is nothing about Ondo State that they would not request, and TB Joshua would not be there for them. So you imagine, he's a pastor, he's supposed to be the one receiving from people, but instead he is the one giving. There were a lot of things that were said that he actually did in Ondo State. He didn't leave his state behind at all. He remembered where he was coming from. And you see, that is an exemplary life he has actually lived, and a life of practical example of what he's actually preaching. You know, a lot of people are more after pastors that show the practical aspect rather than more of the words. That's where you see people are more carried away, or they cling to such kind of pastors or congregations, and he is just one of the most amongst all of them, if you're going to count. It's really painful. Wonder how the wife and the kids are taking this right now. I know why it came as a shock. Nobody would even think of Prophet TB Joshua passing away. With the way, look at the healings he does for people. Now the question will be, who can sit in that position of what this man has been doing? You watch most of his activities that he carries out in church, see the number of deliverances he gives to people, and it's very practical. It's not like it's something they will come and act and show movie, or they would pretend. No, all of this is real. People have witnesses. A lot of people have gone there and witnessed it live, and all those people that have been involved there, they have come back to say this is real. Sometimes at some point, some people were thinking that it is just a make-believe, but a lot had to go there to see for themselves, and they came back and testified that all of this is true about what Prophet TB Joshua is doing with regards to all those deliverance prayers and how he heals people. He has really done a lot. It's so painful and sad that you would lose someone like this who has contributed in the lives of a lot of people. He doesn't segregate. He's not the type that he would want to place himself on a high chair. He's the prophet and all. You see him amidst crowd. He will come out. He barely sits down. You will never see Prophet TB Joshua sitting down even when he's coming to preach, to minister. Once he's out there, and that's how he will keep standing, going inside the crowd until he's done with the service and before he goes in. Prophet TB Joshua doesn't come in to the crowd and you see him on his seat, on a high chair, one special chair. He doesn't do that. That's one thing about the man. Everybody has seen a lot of humility from Prophet TB Joshua. He's such a very humble man. Very, very humble. You don't see him having this flamboyant lifestyle where you would see him, he's flying here, and he doesn't even talk about anything of such where you see him, he's flying from one place to another in one jet, or he's trying to tell you how he has cruised around the world. He doesn't say any of that. That is one of the greatest humility that you can see from a prophet who has gotten a lot. And it's so amazing that this prophet has a lot of things. When it comes to being a prophet that has it all, he is also one of them. But it's just the act that he keeps on giving it out to people. He just sees the need that he needs to give these things out. So from all indication, it is very, very obvious that he knew he was actually not going to live. He knew he was going to die. This is really painful. Imagine how the family would even take it. And worse, you know, when you witness the death of your loved one, that is even the worst part. That thing will keep ringing in your memory every day. It will keep flashing because you were there, you saw how the whole thing happened. And so for you to erase it off your head, it's going to take time. It will just keep on coming in like a flashback. And you know, the thing he said was so obvious, significant, that this prophet knew that was the last of him on earth. His last words, his statements were spiritual and sudden. After he ministered those words, which were very, very touching, he said, a time to come and a time to leave. So where would he make that statement? And shortly after he made that statement, that was when he now left the stage and walked out quietly when he had not even finished the service. And that was what gave the wife more worry, like, where has her husband gone to? And funny enough, she didn't even think of anything like probably he's sick or he's going through anything. And she said he appeared very okay, healthy and strong. I'm sure definitely carry out an autopsy. I'm very, very optimistic about that, because for somebody of his own position, his wife or his family members may decide that they need to take an autopsy for his death so as to ascertain or to know what actually killed him. This is a great loss. His loss has been making rounds all over the world. It's not something that people are quiet about, because this man didn't live a life on earth for himself alone. He lived his life more for people, more to see that people got to know God, people got to receive the healings they need, people got to live lives like normal human beings, where you see people are stranded on the streets and people don't even have to stay, but he made ensure that he reached out to people as much as he could. This is just so painful when you see people pass away like this. May Almighty God console his wife, his kids, his entire family, friends, everybody that got to know him, and even the congregation. Lots of prominent men are speaking up regarding his death, and they are saying how painful this death of Prophet TB Joshua has really touched a lot of people. It's very, very sad that he has gone like this. Once again, may the soul of Prophet TB Joshua rest in perfect peace with the Lord. This is a very painful incident that has shocked a lot of people. Even up till today, a lot of people are still talking about his death, because it was sudden and unexpected, knowing fully well that this person is healthy, strong, and a vibrant prophet, and then for you to hear that he has passed away, it will take some time before anybody can get over it. It's really, really sad. Friends, please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.